greeted by Sybil in the morning quite often with a cup of coffee or with her Bodum, and she'd actually bring it over and we'd have coffee and start smoking very early in the day.
We exchanged emails and spoke on the phone frequently. Turns out it's not possible, and I'm really sad that I can't join you Monday evening. Meanwhile, while I wait for Ray to get back, here are 1 or 2 memories of Sybil in response to your invitation to add to the many dimensions of this woman that we'll all miss.
Probably in this very room. Likely. It's kind of hazy back in those days. But I knew her, I met her back in the 80s here in this arts.
The fun thing was that she would always pay me in baked goods for driving her out and driving her back. So my Sheldon, my partner Sheldon, who's also Jewish, just adored her queen. So he was her test. If she baked something new and he liked it, then that was a keeper.
Knows that she could have been a great comedic actress. Very funny. And I don't think anybody has ever made me laugh harder or made me angrier than Sybil. And often within the same hour. So,
Hi, my name is Sybil Goldstein. I know some of you. I'm not Sybil Goldstein. This has been a big confusion for a long time. I am not Sybil Goldstein. I'm Michelle. I'm from Toronto. Sybil was from Montreal. I took off to the West Coast. Sybil showed up from Montreal and Toronto. And when I came back, people were confused. I would get her stuff, she would get my stuff. I'm not Sybil. We finally sorted out that there were 2 Goldstein women in town.
I met Sybil in, I can tell because it's on the poster, 1979. And it was at this exhibition that we were involved in, the friend that we had in common who was in the show was Chris Ann Stathakos. So Chris Ann knew Sybil, and I knew Sybil, but I knew Chris Ann, but I didn't know Sybil. So we met at this a meeting for this exhibition, and the first thing that Sybil and I had in common, and it shows up very well in this picture, is that we both had haircuts recently, and we both hated the way our hair looked. So I could really relate to Sybil, and she could really relate to me on that. And the other thing that happened was that we discovered that we lived within a block of each other. She lived on Adelaide and I lived on Richmond. So we walked home together, and so Sybil said, I always work late at night, so if you come by and you see my light on, drop in, we can have coffee, which I often did at sometimes at 2 in the morning, and I sometimes maybe Fred was there too. Now
And so I drive up in my little Volkswagen, and there on the sidewalk is Sybil's entire house. And I said, oh my God, are we taking all that? And she said, yeah. And I said, but look at my car, and look at how much stuff you have. And she said, that's okay, we'll fit it in. And I said, all right, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I went in the house and came back out, and miracle of miracles, it had all fit in, except for the one little suitcase which sat on Sybil's lap the entire drive to Naiva.
I was sharing in Sheridan with this wonderful person. Yes, it's still a surprise for me. Because I never remember names. I have 2 daughters, 1 granddaughter, and I changed the names of them. And I call one, and I want to call the. I'm sorry, my English is so limited.
Those of us who knew Sybil, and I know others have mentioned this, so forgive me if I'm being repetitive, knew she had multiple talents, and also knew her stand-up comedian side. And I believe if she had not chosen to paint all day and night, she probably would have been one professionally. That or a professional chef. Sybil was a wonderful cook and made great banana bread, cookies, and fruit-filled confections and other delights.
Sybil, the other side of living, being alive and then being gone. But the remembering is clear, and there is much to remember, and so many still here to remember a woman of passion, an artist, a mother, a friend, a worker of force. On a joined path for some 30 years, the Toronto Collective of Art could count on, can count up, Sybil that made things happen. Big strokes with details well handled. For such a stayer, she surprised us all for being among those to go.
Hey, Good evening, everyone. I'm Jacob. Sorry, that's kind of a formality that I used to doing. Listening to that monologue, I kind of have this idea of something that I'm going to do, and it kind of relates to how Sybil, my mom, got paint everywhere on her body, no matter where it was. And, well, I'm currently doing work at a scrap metal yard right now, and today I was painting boxes. And, hold on a sec, I think I've kind of channeled part of her in me. There's more under my shirt, but for legal reasons and my own, I won't take my shirt off. Sorry, I have to take my hat off. That's not part of the song, that's just me. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and so I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
I was in my bedroom in Aruba, where I live, when I got the news that Sybil passed. I was very sad, and then I got a message that there was going to be the celebration. And I looked at the date and I said, great, just after I arrived. It just arrived. So I made a point of coming. I'm very touched about this. I hope someone will have something like this when I'm no longer here. But then again, Sybil deserved it.